Hey everyone, and welcome into today's episode of Awaken Radio. It is so nice to be back here with you on the podcast again for another conversation. And it's also so nice to be here with you on YouTube. So as of last episode, I have started recording the video as well as the audio of my episodes. And the videos are now going to go up on YouTube with every episode. So if you are someone that is really visual, if you're someone that likes to watch along while you listen, then my hope is that having the video of the episodes will really help you connect with me and the message that much more. So it's totally up to you if you like to listen along via audio on your podcast app, or if you are someone who wants to watch on YouTube, I will have the link to the YouTube version of the episode in every episode in the show notes. So it's easy for you to click on over and watch if that is your preference. But I'm excited for this new chapter and for trying something different, and I really hope that you enjoy it as well. And so for this episode today, I had a really clear feeling that I wanted to come on and record under the energy of the new moon eclipse that is currently happening. It is a new moon solar eclipse in Taurus, and Taurus is my sign, so I have been feeling it. I have been feeling it all week, and I'm feeling the intensity of this eclipse energy. And what I've been feeling really inspired this episode, because all week in the lead up to the eclipse, I've been feeling this energy almost of up leveling, like a push to up level within myself, to up level who I'm being, and to also up level different areas of my life. And so I want to talk about this topic with you today and this process of inner up leveling where we're becoming and stepping into the next level version of ourselves. And I want to talk about how this is important and how it ties in with manifesting. Yeah, how the inner up-leveling, the inner change, the inner growth, and the becoming the new version of ourselves, how important this is when it comes to being able to manifest and call in the next level of our life. You know, the next level results, the next level relationship or income or business, or that reality that you've never had before, you know, that those desires you've never experienced before. And how it actually really begins with a change that happens on the level of being and who you're being. And one of the things with manifestation is there's such a focus on it being a doing-based process. I think a lot of the time we get the idea that manifestation is about doing more, making it happen, doing things in order to manifest, in order to get what we want. But manifestation is actually so much more of a process of being, of becoming, of embodiment. And that is what catalyzes the next level results that you want, not necessarily what you're doing. The doing is a part of it, but it's not actually what really creates the results that you're after. And so I want to talk today a little bit about the being and embodiment, becoming side of the manifestation process. And so as you know, manifestation is going to be a big theme that's going to be coming through in my content over the coming weeks, because I am launching my new program, Creatress, that is coming very soon. And I'm pretty sure that in my next episode, we're going to have enrollments open. So you'll be able to hear all the details of how to join that journey. But I wanted to let you know today about a free masterclass that is coming up. A free manifestation masterclass called The Art of Feminine Manifestation. And that is going to be running live on Wednesday, the 11th of May at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And this free 90-minute masterclass is going to go deep into the conversation of manifestation, but really from a feminine approach, really factoring in feminine energy so that our experience of manifestation is much more easeful and flowing and relaxed and pleasurable, and actually really incorporates the elements of alignment and embodiment and feminine magnetism, where it's not just all about doing and trying to make it happen and strategizing and logical thinking. We're really drawing on feminine principles. We're working with our intuition. We're receiving. We're doing the inner work. So we're really going to take that approach. And I'm going to be sharing with you 7 key principles of manifesting your soul desires, 7 key steps that will help you manifest what you want, but really from this feminine perspective. So if you want to register for that free masterclass, you can go to conniechapmancourses.com/manifestation. The link will be in the show notes, so you can just follow that. And if you are interested as well in Creatress, in my new manifestation program, you will want to register for that masterclass, because everyone who's registered will get a pre-sale offer that I won't be making public, but it's a pre-sale offer for Creatress that will include a special pre-sale price and bonus trainings as well. So if you've been interested in Creatress, if you've been thinking about it and hearing me talk about it, and it's been piquing your curiosity, then register for the free masterclass, because you'll hear me talk about Creatress there. You're going to learn a lot about my personal approach to manifestation, and you'll obviously also get the pre-sale discount as well. So you can go to conniechapmancourses.com/manifestation to register for that training on Wednesday the 11th at 9 a.m. It will be recorded, and the replay will be available for you for about 3 days to watch. So you want to register and make sure you catch the replay if you don't make it live. And so as I was saying, and this is actually something we're going to talk about in the free training and in Creatress, I'm actually going to do a lot of work with you in Creatress around the inner up-leveling, around the embodiment side, around the being side of manifestation. And I really want to talk to you a little bit today around why that's so important. And also why, to be honest, I think it's a piece that a lot of people miss. I think that a big part of the reason sometimes that we're not manifesting what we want is that we're not doing enough of the inner work side of manifesting. We're not doing enough of the work around who we're being and our frequency and our embodiment and who we need to be to receive what we want. A lot of our focus is on what we need to do, the steps we need to take, and the how and the path ahead, and how do we make it happen, and all the doing involved. But if you are doing all of that, but you're not doing the inner work side, you're not making changes at the level of being, of who you're being, you can be doing until the cows come home, but you're not going to be in alignment with it. And maybe you will end up getting it, but perhaps you won't be able to hold it or fully receive it because you won't feel worthy of it. Perhaps you'll sabotage it. Perhaps you'll get it, but it will trigger you so much that you'll end up pushing it away. Perhaps you'll get it, but it won't make you actually feel how you want to feel. So there's both an inner work aspect, an embodiment aspect, shifts that need to happen on an inner level, as well as all the steps we're taking. And you can't skip either. They're both incredibly important. And that's really the approach I take when it comes to manifesting, and what I'm going to teach you in Creatress as well. And we're going to talk about it in the free masterclass too. So as I was saying, it's been this lead up to the eclipse that has been really activating in me an inner process of up leveling. And I'm going to talk a bit about this with you now. And I think part of also what has been activating it and catalyzing it is that in the lead up to teaching and creating my new course, Creatress, I've been working with personally a lot of the practices and rituals and embodiment practices that I'm going to be giving you in the course. So it's always important for me, if I'm going to teach a ritual or a practice or some embodiment work, that I work with it a lot myself first. I really want to work with it in my own time, my own practices, to make sure, how does it feel? Does it work? Does it actually create shifts? How does it feel in my body when I take myself through it? What do I want to, tweak or change about it? And so I work with them a lot before I record them and before I teach them. And so one of the practices I've been working with a lot over the past few weeks is a daily manifestation ritual. And it's a ritual I'm going to teach you in the first week of Creatress. And this is a ritual that involves work with my desires. It involves journaling, but it also involves embodiment work. It involves energy work and really ensuring my body feels safe and able to receive the desire. So much of the work with manifestation is not just calling it in, but actually being able to receive it and actually having your nervous system and your body feel safe to receive this new thing. So I do a lot of work to really be checking in with my core energy centers and different parts of my body to make sure, is my body open? Does my body feel safe? Is my body in alignment? Is my body receptive? It's such a key part of the work. And so in this ritual, I've been connecting a lot with my desires every day, with what I want. And I've been connecting in with who is the woman that I need to be to call in and receive these desires. Because every desire requires a new version of you. Every desire requires a new version of you. And so there's an inner up-leveling, there's inner growth, there's an inner change you have to go through to come into alignment with the new desire that you want to manifest. And so it's so important, and we cover this in Creatress, I teach you this, that when you are wanting to call in a desire, you get really, really clear on who will I need to be? Who am I going to be once that desire manifests? Describe this version of myself. Like, what are her beliefs and her mindset? What decisions does she make? What are her habits? How does she feel? How does she carry herself? What does she do and what doesn't she do? What are her boundaries? You want to get really familiar with her. Yeah. Because one of the things that sometimes goes wrong with our manifestation process is we think, okay, I'm going to get this thing, and once I have that, then I'll feel this certain way, and then I'll become this certain type of person. So once I get the relationship, I'll feel like this, and then I'm going to be this type of woman. Or once I'm making this amount of money, I'll feel like this, and I'm going to become this type of person. But we've kind of got it backwards, because you actually have to become that person first in order to have what that person would have. You have to come into embodiment of the version of yourself that would have those very things that you're wanting to have. You actually have to become that first. So rather than I'm going to get the thing and then I'll do the things that would make me do and then I'll become that person, it's like, no, I have to become that person first, do the things that person would do, and then I have what that person would have. So it always starts at the level of being. It always starts with a shift at the level of being. So as I've been doing in my journaling and I've been going through this process, I've been really connecting in with, okay, who do I need to be? Been getting really clear on this woman. I've been journaling about her. And then in the lead up to the eclipse, it's like life said, okay, we've heard what you want. We've heard your desires. We've heard about this woman you want to be. Well, now it's time to go be her. Now it's time to step in and start living as this woman. Because if you start living with her, you're going to come into alignment with the reality that she lives in, which is where all the manifestations of the things that you want are. Okay? And so what does that mean? Well, it means that I have to start showing up as her. I have to start making different decisions. I have to start taking different steps. I have to start putting in different boundaries. I have to start taking my energy out of certain things. And that's where the discomfort comes up. That's where we get uncomfortable. And this is what stops so many of us really going through the inner up level that we need to go through to catalyze the external change that we want, to come into alignment with what we want. We stop when it starts to get uncomfortable. And I've been noticing this all week. There's been my desires, right? And then there's been these new ways I need to show up. So if you want a different amount of money, if you want to call in new soulmate girlfriends, if you want to start your own business, if you want to have an incredible relationship, you're going to have to show up in a different way to create that. you're probably going to have to get outside your comfort zone. Because what you have is your current version of you, her mindset, her beliefs, her inner stories, her identity, how she does things, how she sees herself, how she feels about herself, how she feels about her desire, her frequency, all of that state of being. And that version of you has created your current level of results. So whatever you currently see manifested in your relationship, your bank account, in the mirror, in your home, you're currently in alignment with that. Yeah, because your world is a reflection of you. Your world is a manifestation of your external world, is a manifestation of your inner world. And so whatever is now currently manifested is a reflection of who you've been being, where you're at on a being-based level. And so if you want to create different results, there's going to be a different version of you. And so you go through the process of becoming this different version, and then these different results come in. And that's ultimately what we call manifestation. It's like the external, tangible manifestation of the new person that you've become. Yeah. But what happens is, to go from the current version of yourself to the new version of yourself, you're going to have to walk a journey of growth. And that journey of growth is probably going to be uncomfortable, because you're going to do things in a new way that you haven't done them before. And you're going to bump up against your old programming. You're going to bump up against this old identity. I'm saying old, it might be your current self, but let's put it in the past and say, no, that's the old me. You're going to bump up against that part of yourself that says, you can't do things that way. You can't charge that amount of money. You can't put in a boundary there. You can't ask for that. You can't receive that. It's going to feel really scared and uncomfortable. And that's what I've been feeling all week. And it's felt to me in my body like growing pains, like this stretchy, uncomfortable, like I can feel parts of my body almost stretching and growing and taking on a new shape and form. Like when you're going through puberty and you're actually going through growing pains. That's what it is. It's like, oh, you can feel your body changing. I can feel myself changing. Stepping into an up level, the next level, a different version of myself, and it is uncomfortable. And I've been crying, and I've been chucking tantrums, and I've been feeling the resistance in my body, and I've had anxiety. I've even had a lot of anxiety this morning. And what most of us do, and why we never truly get through our up level and never truly get the results that we want, is we stop when it gets uncomfortable. We don't know what to do with the discomfort. And so what do? We eat over it, or we scroll our phone over it, or we go and work over it, or take action over it, or all the numerous things we can do to avoid our feeling. But what you need to do is be able to be with that time of discomfort. See it as your little growing pains. See it as you stretching out of your comfort zone. See it as you literally being like a baby learning to walk, learning how to show up in the world in a brand new way. And bring the level of compassion and kindness and encouragement and gentleness to yourself that you would if you were a little baby learning how to walk. What we need to do in these times of discomfort, when we're growing, when we're up leveling, is first be with what's rising. Don't avoid it. Sit with yourself, feel it in your body, let yourself cry, scream, rage, chuck a tantrum, say, I don't want to do it, feel scared, whatever is coming up for you. Like, let that be with it, feel it, bring awareness to it. What's going on? What's coming up for me here? I can see I'm being pushed to do things in a new way, and it's uncomfortable for me. And then bring in beautiful, self-loving, self-soothing, reassuring self-talk. I've had to do so much this week of just being with myself and being like, honey, it's okay. I know this is really uncomfortable. I know you don't want to do it. I know it feels scary. I know it feels vulnerable. I know you are trying to take this new step and you don't know how it's going to work out and you just want to run back to your comfort zone. But you can do it. You've got this. I believe in you. I love you. I'm here to support you. Just take it one step at a time. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if it feels uncomfortable. You're doing things differently. You're learning a new way. You're learning how to let yourself receive more. You're learning how to let yourself be seen more. You're learning how to let yourself let in more success or more love or be more celebrated, or you're learning how to communicate your wants and needs, or you're learning how to set that boundary, or you're learning how to raise your prices. And I get it, it's uncomfortable. But I'm here for you and I love you and I'm going to support you through it. So moving from where you are and your current level of being into a new level of being, like I said, you're going to bump up against your old programming. You're going to bump up against your comfort zone. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to have resistance. You're going to notice part of you want to procrastinate and avoid and not take the very steps that are going to help you become the version of yourself that you need to become to have what you want. So you just need to bring awareness to that and just notice that that's going on. Be present to it. Be in your body around it and love and support yourself through it. Yeah. And so, as I was saying, when it comes to manifesting, this is one of the most important steps. This inner work, this willingness to grow and change within you, to become the new version of yourself, to up level. Yeah. It is the most important step, and it is a step that I think a lot of us skip and rush through and try to avoid. And we even maybe don't know, how do I do the inner work? How do I change my mindset? How do I get myself taking these steps even though it's really uncomfortable? Yeah. We're going to do a lot of work around that in Creatress because that's the foundational work. With every one of your desires, I'm going to take you through who do you need to be, and you're going to get coaching and support to move through the inner up level. But if you have been, I'm telling you now, if you have been setting forth new desires, and I'm getting the sense that some of us set these desires at the start of 2022 and they're now beginning to manifest. They're now beginning to blossom. Yeah, we've been doing inner work around them. We've been aligning with them. We've been thinking about them, and they're now beginning to manifest. And maybe not manifest in the way where you're seeing the results, but manifest in the way where you can feel you're beginning to get the calling and the push to do things differently, to make inner changes, to show up in a new way, to up-level your mindset, to up-level your worth, to up-level your habits, to unlearn old emotional patterns and programming and embody different qualities. Yeah, you might be feeling that going on. These eclipses might be pushing you into that, just like they are for me. And if that's happening, please trust the process. Go with the process. Don't resist the process. Go with the growth that's happening. Go with the up-leveling. Go with what your inner guidance is showing you now need to do, even if it scares you, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you're resisting it. This is what you need to step into. And so I really wanted to come in under this energy and really record the podcast under the energy of the eclipse to talk about the up-leveling that I've been feeling and that maybe you're feeling as well. And that honestly, we will feel anytime we call in a new desire, anytime we ask for something new that we want to manifest. Life says, okay, I'm going to take you through the inner process to become the person you need to become to receive it. Maybe that's where you're at right now. That's where I'm at right now. And it's okay that it's uncomfortable, but it's also beautiful. It's a beautiful journey of growth. I really think that manifestation is actually such a process of growth. Like, it's not just a process of getting something. It's a process of growing into a new version of ourselves. And so if you're really feeling like, you know what, I want this up-level experience, go through the whole process I just talked about, where you clarify what you want. You ask yourself who I'm going to need to be. Who is the person who has what I want? What is she like? Describe everything about her. And then you can do what I did this morning, which was I asked myself, okay, to become her, what do I need to stop doing? And what do I need to start doing? The stop doing is all the behavior of your current self. You have to start to unravel that. And the start doing is all the behaviors of your new self. You're going to have to start to step into them. Yeah. And I promise you that when you go through enough of an inner change where your energy is different, who you are is different, life has no choice but to respond to you and bring you a new reality and a new set of manifestations as a result. Yeah, because what's happening around you is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. And if what you want isn't here, it could be you haven't gone through enough of an inner change yet to catalyze that external change. There's still more growth. There's still more that needs to shift and change. There's still more that needs to up level for you to really come into alignment with it. And I think that's what we're being encouraged to look at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed this conversation today. Like I said, it's been really flowing through me all week. I've been pondering it and thinking about it. And I just knew that this weekend, under the energy of the eclipse, was when I wanted to bring it through as an episode for you. So if you want to dive deeper into this conversation of manifestation and learn so much more about what I teach around manifestation, not just this embodiment work and not just magnetism that maybe you've heard me talk about before, but really my full manifestation process for you. Come along to the free training that I'm hosting, The Art of Feminine Manifestation, on Wednesday, the 11th of May. That's Australia time. It will probably be on Tuesday afternoon, evening for some other parts of the world. All the details can be found at conniechapmancourses.com/manifestation. The links will be in the bio. And if you're interested in Creatress, that is where you'll find out all about it. That is where you'll get your special pre-sale offer of the course that will only be available for a couple of days. So you want to be there, and enrollments for that open up really soon. I'm so excited to lead this journey. It's going to be a really, really powerful course. So thank you for being tuned in to this episode today of Awaken Radio. I loved, and I am loving actually just really coming on and flow chatting with you. You know, it's not as perfect. These episodes aren't as scripted, and you'll hear me stumble over things, and you know, I'm still navigating this whole new format of the show, but I'm really loving it. I'm really loving the energy that gets to flow through. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you enjoy the YouTube video version of the episode today. And if you love this episode, you can share it with a friend. You can share it on your Instagram and tag me at Connie_Chapman and let me know your favorite takeaway. I love hearing what you gained and learned from the episodes. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and also on your podcast app so that you never miss an episode. And I look forward to talking to you again next time.